Welcome to Conversations with Mrs Fash. Some children are raised and some children grow. So the real question is, are you raising your children? And if you're a teenager out there, I'm asking you, are you being raised or are you just growing?
No, Dad, I can't just study medicine because you studied medicine.
The perspective the boy is giving, like for the example, it might not be the same perspective that the girl is going to tell her parents.
It's about, we taking it to be about us and not about the child.
Hi everyone, it's a beautiful day, can you tell? Welcome to Conversations with Mrs Fash, where we strongly affirm that some children are raised and some children grow. So the real question is, are you raising your children or are they growing? Yes, it's another wonderful edition where we have someone who's very, very passionate about healing families. Every time I speak to her, I see a need to do things right, hand in hand. She's one person that preaches that message of hand in hand. We can do this together. You're not supposed to do it alone. She's Mrs Ogunaike, run to school, very passionate about all she does, but I can tell you that you might just want to reconsider that pain after listening to her. This is one segment you don't want to miss. If you're not busy, put your hands up as we make welcome Mrs. Treasure Ogunaike. Welcome to the show.
Thank you,
So
Mrs.
good to
Fash.
have you, ma.
Same
so,
here.
so,
Same
so
here.
good. I
Same
saw
here.
the topic and I knew it was just one person that would do justice
Thank
to
you.
this topic. Thank you for being here, ma.
Thank you for the invite. I
Thank you
appreciate
for all you do.
Thank you.
Yes, ma. So,
Bless
ma,
you.
we'll be talking about healing, forgiveness in parenting, reconnecting again. And it's very difficult to come out openly and declare that this is where I failed. It's also difficult to pick yourself. So I want us to imagine that scenario where a woman who is like a women leader just finds out that her daughter is put in the family way. And she has to deal with the pain, the shame, so many questions, and even when people do not ask, did you not know question, the imagination, the fact that everybody says, but you're supposed to know better. And that just brings a permanent hurt for such a person. It will be almost impossible for her to see her daughter in the light she used to see her child. And before you know it, it will just become an identity issue for the daughter. So I'd like for you to tell us, is it possible to heal in such a scenario?
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Fash, for this invite, and I appreciate you so much. You are one of the persons I respect so much when it comes to parenting and development of children. I appreciate you. I value you.
Thank you.
All right. When we're talking about this topic, it is sensitive, but most often than not, as parents, we always make one mistake. And that is, we look at the scenario from the point of the parent and not of the child. In all of this, we must learn, we must get to understand that it's not about the parent is not the victim here. The person whose destiny has been altered, the person whose journey is being disrupted is the child in question. So, but most often than not, we take it personal. We are being selfish, quote and unquote, to look at it from our own perspective. How will I be viewed as a women leader? How will I be viewed as a minister? How will I be viewed? It's about, we're taking it to be about us and not about the child. Whatever that happens, the child is the first person that should be considered. It is the child that is the victim. It is the child that has issue. It is the child that is facing, of course the parent is having some trauma, but is it the child that is even more, that is suffering from more trauma? Like, see my mate moving forward and here am I stuck. Seeing life go on and here I am stuck with this. So if we can get to understand and put it in the right perspective, knowing fully well that this unfortunate incident that happened, we should first of all, most importantly, think about this child. How can this child be helped? Is the parent hurting? Yes. But who is hurting more? Who is most affected in all of this? It is the child. So if you take it from that perspective, trying to help the child, then we will do less damage than what had already happened.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you for putting that out there. That for a minute, just take yourself off and consider the real victim in this scenario. So I want to paint a real life scenario that I was a part of. Okay, so far away, where I grew up, we had a matron who was in charge of the girls. And as you would imagine, she wasn't just a matron, she was a home economics teacher. And those home economics teachers, they always see something wrong. It's either your button, the way you put your chest, and your skirt is so. Before you know it, you and boys. No, they always had an opinion on every other person. Now, this woman had a beautiful daughter who she probably did not realize that her daughter was a bit exposed. So her daughter was put in the family way without the woman's knowledge. And when this woman found out, she landed in the hospital. She almost took her own life. And it took her younger children, it was our mom that was telling us at home, that it took her younger children to say, Mommy, are you saying our own lives are not worth anything? Are you saying you put all your hope on our first daughter? But I feel, now that I'm older, I think I can understand the woman's pain because she probably would have been like a gatekeeper for so many other parents who brought their children to the school. So they would have seen her as, we're handing this child over to you. So if you as the matron can have your daughter put in the family way, that means no other girl is safe with you. So I'm asking myself, does that not make the woman more of a victim than the girl? Because the girl just had fun and, So how can such a person heal?
Thank you. I get the question. I see it from that angle now. The first thing is, know that it has happened. Nobody's perfect. We are all human. Sometimes we win, sometimes we learn. So it's just accepting that there is no perfect parent anywhere. There is no perfect parent anywhere. My mother thought she was. Until I became some few years ago, I told her some things I did right under her roof. She was scared. She almost fell from the stool she was seated on. I said, right under your roof. There is no parent perfect. You are not perfect. So the first thing is accepting the fact that we are not perfect. That there will be moments that we tend to lose it. That does not make you a bad parent.
Or a weak parent.
A weak parent. Yeah. It is accepting the fact that I'm human after all. And what can I pick from this? What can I learn from this? Make it a learning curve. I get it. But most important, like I said before, the child is still the victim. The mother is an adult already. Say if she's an home economics teacher and she's having a child that can be put in family way, she's not less than 35. She has her own future called out for her. Is this child that's still a teenager, that is still trying to interpret her own map? You understand? That is the child that is actually the victim. Even when she felt she was enjoying, it's out of, she's still the victim.
In fact, it took the girl to go to her and say, Mommy, don't die now. Like, Mommy, I'll have this baby and I'll continue my education.
Thank you. That reminds me of the story of Kemi. We grew on the same street. I was young. I was older than her. But she got pregnant. Were we disappointed? Yes, everybody know. Like, I was young. I was a teenager myself. Like, Kemi got pregnant. Oh, Kemi got pregnant. It was a big talk on the street. But you will see her mother hold her by the hand like the child that she was. Go for antenatal. You will see the mother. The mother will always hold her hand, cross the gutter. She was in SS1 or SS2 when she was pregnant. And by the time she had a baby, I understood something. That Kemi would have aborted this baby and we would never have known. That how many Kemis do we have on the street that kill their own babies? So that made me to say, I will go visit her. So with my younger sibling, we visited Kemi. And I told her, thank you for keeping this pregnancy, for making sure that this one lives. And when the baby was just 6 months, Kemi wore up school uniform again. Like it never happened. I don't know where Kemi is now, but I applaud the mother.
Yes.
For she carried her shoulder high. She was a single parent. She carried her shoulder high. She was a teacher in a school. She would hold her. Kemi would follow her to school.
Oh God.
You understand? Kemi would follow her to. She was holding Kemi everywhere. Kemi had a baby, and a few months after, Kemi wore uniform again. Kemi was in uniforms again. I wouldn't know what become, but I knew that Kemi wrote WAEC eventually.
We have to go on a quick break, but man, this is something to consider in every home. Those walls that we have built because of the offenses our children had, maybe it's time we tear those walls down. Maybe it's high, we tore the walls down, I beg your pardon. Maybe it's high time we also had a deeper look into some of the doors we have said we're never going to open again, so we can heal. So when we return from the break, we'll be talking about the healing process. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to Conversations with Mrs Fash. Some children are raised and some children grow. So the real question is, are you raising your children? And if you're a teenager out there, I'm asking you, are you being raised or are you just growing?
No, Dad, I can't just study medicine because you studied medicine.
The perspective the boy is giving, like for the example, it might not be the same perspective that the girl is going to tell her parents.
It's about, we're taking it to be about us and not about the child.
Welcome back. You can tell we're having such an intelligent conversation here. I mean, learning about forgiveness and building a family culture where trust is giving better priority than fear. I mean, it takes the same level of energy to put out fear, that the same way you want to build trust. So the question is, which would you prefer to have with your child, and what are you doing to see that your children can trust you? Do they really trust you? And we still have with us in the studio Mrs Treasure Ogunaike.
Thank you.
Yes, Mama, I'd like us to look at rebuilding trust again after some level of disappointment, disgrace. What key indicators would you think parents need to know that there's been some emotional disconnect? It might not be putting a child in the family way. So, for example, when children want to do their best in school, they would always tell you, I want to make my parents proud. I want to make my parents proud. I'm doing this so my parents will be proud of me. So I ask myself, in the event that you put in the effort and the result is not commensurate with the effort, does that mean you have disappointed your parents? How do children live with the fact that they feel they are a disappointment to their parents? What can parents do so the children understand that it's not about the exam? I want you to do well, but you're my child any day. So how can parents notice? What are the key indicators to let parents know that there's an emotional disconnect with your child?
I have my first daughter, you know her, Gracie. Grace is an excellent child, no doubt. But she would always believe, until I have to reorientate her, that I actually love her and doing everything I'm doing for her as a mother because of her excellent performance in school. He said, if I fail, I will lose my mom. That's always, when the teacher told me, he said, Grace is doing well, no doubt, but you need to work on this. I had to call her, that I am putting in the effort, I'm expecting this, but even if he had performed less, the fact remains that you are my child. So every parent should be careful at the expectations we set for our children. We should make them to understand that it's about them. Like I said, most often than not, we put it about us.
What do people say? A whole me.
A whole me.
A whole
me. The child of a teacher, the child of a minister, how can you, how would you? I was taking my son to school some years ago. It was in JSS 3, and I did not say the seriousness about his junior work. I said, son, you're not reading. Exam is coming. Do you think this examination is about me? And quietness. I said, do you think this examination is about me? He said, can I tell you the truth and nothing but the truth? I said, yes. He said, yes, I think so. It's about you. I said, it's about me. He said, yes, you're always saying, we are not reading. If you bring any results home, if you bring any results home to this house, that's about you. Was I angry like a regular Nigerian mother? Yes, but I calmed down. I paused. And I knew he was saying the truth. That the way I was emphasizing about it, it was looking like it was about me and not about him. So I had to change my orientation. I had to change his own orientation too. I'm sorry for making it feel that way, but at the end of the day, it is about you. That certificate, that result, we bear your name. The only thing that will connect us will be the surname. That you will first of all proud of yourself. Then every other person will applaud you.
Exactly.
If you're ashamed of it, it is first about yourself.
Yes.
Then every other person will feel the shame. Yes. But first of all, so we must give ourselves a reorientation that it is about this child. We are living our own life. This is the future we wanted to have as children. So we cannot make them to live the future we want. We cannot make them to live the future we wanted for ourselves. Help them, guide them.
You know when they say, some people say off the mic, other people say I need to give you my own mic. So you say that again. You say that one more time.
Let them
very
know
important.
that it is about them, so we don't lose them. That whatever the case might be, you remain my child. Good, bad, evil, excellent, average, you're my child. But you know that one day I will not be in this thing again. It will be about you.
All
one
about
day
you.
You will be this adult that I am.
Yes. Yes.
And I will not be able to tell you about your academics again. I'll
At
be
that
on
time.
grammar. I'll be concentrating on your
But
children.
I know the reality is, all this one that we're even chasing the academics, yes, we know it's foundation, right? And nobody can repair foundation. But the truth is, after a few years, they will not matter.
Really?
After a few years, they won't matter. Maybe the whole essence is to make sure they sustain their interest. And that cannot be just academically driven. So that's something to put out there. The academics is one.
It's just one.
You've got to pursue the other things that will make you...
Academics is just one.
It's just one.
In raising a child, academics is
It's
just
just one.
It's just one. It's just
Maybe
one
we
little
should tell
part.
those fathers, don't call me, oh, that's not my child, or this result is not my child. So you better understand academics is just
It's just one. Academic
Thank
is
you.
just
Thank
one.
you so much. I think that was very balanced. Okay, Ma, going forward, what steps do you think parents can take to ensure that they restore the communication link and the love is restored? Because sometimes the love is cut off.
We live in a time and age that there is a lot of disconnections from homes. The home is, I don't even know what to say. The home is not like the home that we had. You know, in a bit of looking for money and everything, and we look for the money and we lose the children. So the first thing is create time. Know your children.
That's the best thing I've heard in a recent time.
Know your children. Know who you have given birth to. Some parents don't even know their children. They say, my child can never. And the child will come back to you and say, I did it. Though my mother will say, I will never do it. They will confess and say, I actually did it. A child confessed to something in the school, and the parents said, my child will never do it. And when the parents were invited, the child was studying. She said, I didn't do it, even though she has confessed to it behind them. So we're saying that you don't know, you don't even know this child. You don't even know this child. So the thing is, create time.
Okay.
The place of time, you know, have time of bonding. And let these children know that I do tell my children, if I tell the time they will say, why are you saying it? I said, you know, I love you. I love you like my life. I will, if there is one human being that will stand by you, stand with you, I'll be there. You look beside you, just look behind your shoulder, and you'll see me. Let them know that they are important, that they are valued, that they are important to you and in their life. This goes a long way to helping them in every other. Many things are happening out there, but when they know that they are having a home they can always run to, somebody they can always confide in, the good, the bad, the evil, whatever that happen outside, the first person they should be able to call, even after committing an offense, should be their parent. When your child finds it easy to confide in an outsider, then there is a problem.
True.
There is even a bigger problem than the problem itself.
Absolutely.
So it should be able to open. While we want to discipline them, while we want to tell them we are so firm, we should not forget the place of friendliness, making them friend, making them know that whatever the case might be, you always find a home with me.
Very, 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 very balanced. I couldn't agree any less. Thank you so much, Ma. I would have also said the same. This morning, just before going out, I made sure I hugged each of my children. I prayed with them, and I told them they were very important to me. I was happy that they did not say, mommy, I was happy they did not feel, what happened? Because I like to make that.
I hug my children. No, they greet me the morning they kneel down. Even when I say just God bless you, they come back and say, you have not blessed me.
Not blessed me.
And they know I will give you the scripture. I will give you the
Ma,
direction.
I think those declarations work.
I will declare.
They
I
work
tell
so
them
much.
whatever that happens, how dare you are the head. Whatever that happens, how dare you are a blessing. You are blessed to bless your generation. So they know. Either they call me over phone. I call them once in the university and I bless them. I speak to their day. The ones at home, they come, they kneel down. I declare, I hug them, so they know that they cannot miss it if we don't take out the place of God.
You know,
Speak into their life,
Ma,
speak into their day.
This thing you're saying just reminds me of a session the daughter-in-law of Mama Adejumo, Mama Felix Adejumo.
Yes,
Her daughter-in-law was having a session, a live session. It was a session, she was in Canada at the time, so she had an audience. But in the middle of the conversation, she said, "Oh, you guys, give me a minute or two. My daughter just woke up and I have to do my declarations." So she paused the live session to attend to her baby, to declare over her life. And that for me was like, it's not true that some things flow from top to bottom. Some things flow from bottom to top. Here is a young mom telling us how to do it. Pause your live session, your commercial session, your spiritual session to say, no, my daughter just woke up. I need to go declare.
Somebody told my baby outside, my last born. Somebody said something negative. She got home and she was just I said, "You don't feel bad?" He said, "No, that I only pity the person that he did not know that you have prayed for me in the morning, that whoever that blesses me is blessed.
Oh my God.
And whoever that curses me, it goes
God.
back to that." I just looked at him and I pitied him.
Oh.
So that's giving me confidence that I have said it enough that she knows, she understands that nothing negative can affect her mood or change her mood or affect. Like my mother said, "I'm blessed. That you bless me, you are blessed. You curse me, it's unfortunate.
You're wasting your time.
You're wasting your time. It's unfortunate for you."
Thank you so much, Ma. I think instead of looking for how to break down walls, there are little acts that we can introduce in our homes, just like what you have pointed out. Taking our time to declare over them, taking your time to remind them that it's not about the results. It's not about the results. You are my child, regardless of the result. I want the result, but you're my child. So you first before the result. Oh my head is swelling. And this just leaves me to wonder that maybe that's what our parents should have done. But we can't blame them. If they knew better, they would have done better. And we thank them. I mean, they have shown us the light. They've helped us to see that we can actually parent and do better, become better versions of how they try to raise us. Yes. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's been amazing. We will definitely bring you back. We hope when you come, we have a live session and parents can ask questions. And if we have questions, we'll be happy to forward their questions to you. So nobody needs to hurt anymore. Ms. Treasure has told us you need to heal today, and you must be a part of your healing process. Nobody will do that for you. Stand up, make up your mind that your child is important to you. Let go of the hurt and allow yourself to have a fresh start. Everybody is entitled to a fresh start. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Bless you.
We appreciate you.